minute and a half, then I'll turn it over to the speakers. Anybody just joining us, tell me your first name, where you're calling it from.
Indeed, Stockton, Wisconsin.
Hello, Wisconsin.
From
Hello, Iowa.
Minnesota.
Hello, Minnesota.
Hello,
Russell, Redwood Falls.
River. Hello, Iowa. Anybody just joining us, tell me your first name, where you're calling
Priscilla in
from.
Boston.
Hello, Wisconsin. Hello, Minnesota. Hello, Redwood Falls.
To our Monday night leadership call, 8 p.m. Central Time. My name is Danielle Morgan, and thanks, Eric, for the introduction and for welcoming people. But we're excited to be with you tonight. I'm going to be with you here for a few minutes as we launch this call, and then my husband's going to come in. But we're really excited to share some thoughts with you, some inspiration. And first of all, I want to welcome all of the new promoters to the Hope movement. I mean, Hope is just spreading like wildfire, which is kind of crazy because some states are spreading like wildfire right now. But it's just, you know, what we're doing here at the Hope movement is so exciting. So for all of you that are right here now for the very first time, we do these calls every Monday night at 8 p.m. You also want to plug into Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Central Time for our Launch Big call. But if you're here because you just felt like you needed to be a part of the Hope movement, you know, that's why a lot of us are here. And Hope is just so special to Brian and I. And we just can't tell you how thankful we are that someone shared this information. Actually, Eric Golden, who welcomed you tonight, he shared this information with us. And we just feel like we have to pay it forward, because if Eric wouldn't have thought enough of us to call us on the phone 3.5 years ago and say, hey guys, how you doing? What's going on? You know, let me ask you a crazy question. What do you want to improve about your life? You know, is there anything that you're looking to improve? Do you want better health? Do you want, you know, a better financial situation? Do you want to help other people and help take battered women and children off the streets and be more charitable? You know, does that sound interesting to you? Do you want to be a better person a year from now? And, you know, I just said, Eric, I like what you're saying. I want to learn more. And because of that, our life is completely different so today than it was 3.5 years ago. So if you're here tonight because you want to feel good, you want to get out of bed in the morning and you want to have a positive attitude because your body feels energetic and vibrant, and you just can't wait to spring out of bed because you have energy like a 4-year-old, you're in the right place. You are in the right place. If you're here because you want, you know, financial fitness, you want to take the stress off, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and going to bed, lying awake, wondering how am I going to make ends meet at the end of this month? Or maybe you're someone who is, you know, making a really strong income, but you want to be fulfilled and you want to have that residual income and that freedom. You want to have the time to do what you want to do, and you want to be able to, you know, pay that forward and help other people with their finances. You're in the right place. If you're the person who says, you know what, I want to be a better person a year from now. I want to grow and develop. I want to have a better outlook on life. I want to push myself. I want to strive to be the best version of myself. You know, I want to I want to teach others, and I want to be an example to my family and my friends, you're in the right place. And if you're the person who says, hey, I want to help take battered women and children off the streets and help the women and children of Emily's Place, I want to make an impact. I want to help improve children's lives so we can stop this vicious cycle of domestic violence, you are in the right place. And for a lot of you on the call, you want all of this. And I'm here to tell you that you can have it all, but you have to stick with it and you have to commit and make that decision for you. So we have one of the biggest events coming up. This is our Super Bowl, Evolv Health Go Diamond Weekend right here in Minneapolis, October 16th and 17th. And if you're here for the reasons that I mentioned, maybe some of them, maybe all of them, then I'm telling you, you want to be at Go Diamond Weekend, because big decisions are made when you feel the energy of big events. When you come to an event like Go Diamond Weekend, you get to hear from the top leaders of the company. You get to hear stories of people who are starting right where you're at. They've started right where you were at, and now their life is completely different. Go Diamond Weekend's going to incorporate all of that. So if you haven't purchased your ticket, go into your back office, purchase your ticket. Of course, we have our experience, our Minnesota experience wrapped up into this Go Diamond Weekend, so you can earn a free ticket. So make sure to go to uevolvcenter.com to find out, how you can earn a free ticket, how you can, stay at the W, which if you're looking for an experience in Minneapolis, the W Hotel, which is connected to my favorite restaurant in the whole wide world, Manny's Steakhouse, is the place to be for just having that lifestyle and just having an amazing weekend. Of course, you get to go to a Vikings game if you qualify for level 3 with the executives. So take a look at that, but we hope to see you at Go Diamond Weekend here in Minneapolis, because we are just gonna blow the roof off of that building with the Hope Movement. So as we move on, let's get into this. We wanna recognize some people. We wanna call out some people, congratulate some gemstone ranks that people have hit this last week. And I know there's some names that we're gonna call that, maybe have hit it last week, but we just wanted to make sure we had our ducks in a row. So let's start with recognition, Bobby. If you wanna pull up the rubies, we're gonna recognize our rubies. So Ruby Lifestyle, right? Congratulations to all the new rubies. I'm gonna start off with Swanee and Santosh. I'm sorry, I'm totally gonna botch this last name, but Agarwal, Janet and Doug Rowland, Tim and Janine Naher, Ramona and Randy Rogers. Congratulations, rubies. You, of course, qualify for the Evolv Driven once you've been a Ruby for 3 consecutive months, and then, of course, that Ruby lifestyle. So congratulations on that extra income on top of your day job. That can make a really big difference in people's lives, and I know you're shooting for Emerald. So as we congratulate our new Emeralds, Clayton Wagner, Lisa and Brian Conroy, congratulations. And actually, I think you hit it last week. So congratulations, new Emeralds. We're super excited for you, and I know that you want to go diamond by Go Diamond Weekend. And then, of course, we have our new diamonds, Chuck and Nancy Morris, Jimmy and Catherine Reese, and Landon Longard, who is the youngest diamond in the history of Evolv. Landon is 19 years old. So congratulations to all the new diamonds. You guys, way to go. That's a huge accomplishment. 6-figure income by helping other people. It doesn't get better than that. And then we have some new blue diamonds. So congratulations, new blue diamonds, Steve and Debbie Longard. So looks like this is a family business, which we absolutely love. And you guys, congratulations on what you're doing, new rubies, emeralds, diamonds, and blue diamonds. We're so proud of you, and we can't wait to see you on the stage at Go Diamond Weekend. So moving along, before I bring Brian up, I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you guys. Actually, last Friday, September 11th, was my 8th year anniversary in network marketing, which is really crazy how fast the years go by. But, 8 years ago, I decided to, bet on myself, bet on some people that I trusted, that inspired me, that shared the industry of network marketing with me. I was working as a dental hygienist, very stressed. If any of you know the dental world, it's a very, very stressful career. So I was very stressed. My hours were getting cut back because we were right in the middle of the recession. So my hours were getting cut back. So the financial stress was starting to kick in. And, I just thought, man, what am I doing wrong? And I read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which completely opened my eyes to, being an entrepreneur and creating a residual income. But at that point in my life, I just thought, I don't know how I'm ever going to be a business owner, how I'm ever going to get the capital, how I'm going to teach myself to be an entrepreneur. And when someone shared this industry with me, I just thought, wow, this is it. This is my vehicle. And of course, I was scared to do it, to step out there and represent myself as a business owner. I was nervous, what would my friends think? What if it didn't work? And, and just everything that goes through our minds from time to time, especially when we're new and we're just getting started. But what I can tell you is that, because I said yes 8 years ago and committed to myself, committed to my dreams, my goals, the vision that I wanted, the life I wanted to live, and the life I was going to live if I would have kept doing what I was doing, was of course the complete opposite. And because I just said yes and I showed up every time there was an opportunity to show up, I was there. I mean, I can't tell you how many meetings I attended and trainings I attended without a guest. It was just me, just little old me by myself. But, I wanted it. I wanted it more than all the people that said it wouldn't work. I wanted it more than my doubts and my fears. And we just kept going. And 3.5 years ago, Eric shared the Hope Movement with Brian and I, and we just thought, this was a business with people that had such incredible heart. We just couldn't believe the impact that we could make. And because we said yes 3.5 years ago, we've helped Nathan and Jennifer France completely change their life. We've helped Joel Bauman and Marie Zoig, you're going to hear from in just a minute here, completely change their life. We've helped people get their health back and get their life back through their health. And we're just getting started. That's the exciting thing. We are just getting started on this journey. And so for all of you on the phone tonight, commit to yourself and to your dreams, because you're worth it. And what you want, find out what you want out of the Hope Movement, because I promise you what you want wants you right back. But if you quit, there's no chance that it's going to happen for you. And so we're all about, Brian and I, now that we get to be stay-at-home parents and be business owners and entrepreneurs and earn a multiple six-figure income, it's really become our passion to help other people do the same. For those that want to have families or have families and they want more time with their children, this has really become a passion of ours, empowering women, empowering moms to be able to stay at home and spend as much time with their kids as they want, but also build a business that pays them for years and years to come and just changes a legacy of a generation. And that's what we're passionate about. We're passionate about being able to do that and have, a different life, because I can't tell you how many times I see on Facebook and social media, I see moms convincing themselves that they're okay that their little kid's going to daycare, their baby's going to daycare for the first time. They have to talk themselves into it. I have to put my kid in daycare tomorrow and I'm just devastated, but it's going to be okay and it'll be fine. And, and if that's not what you want, then we have a way where you can actually have it all. And so I have my really good friend and business partner, Marie Zoig, on the phone. Marie just had twin boys, beautiful baby boys, Titus and Tavian, with Joel Bauman. They're just an amazing couple. But I wanted to ask Marie to come on the line because she is that woman who's just going out there, sharing hope, taking the bull by the horns, raising her kids, spending as much time, but also helping other people and making that impact. And it's afforded them an incredible lifestyle. So Marie's on the line with us because she's in the middle of a presentation, but she said she'd spend a few minutes So Marie, share, first of all, are you there, Marie? We're able to get away from the kids and the family for a few minutes. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Okay, I can hear you just fine. So share a little bit of your story with people and just give them some nuggets of what you're excited about, with what's happening with the Hope Movement and the Go Diamond Weekend event coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited, for everything that's coming up and everything that's happening. I haven't been able to see this, take place. And for myself, when I saw this, I was young. I was stressed about time. I was stressed about money. I was in college. I was, going to school full time, working a full-time job and a part-time job, and doing the things that I thought I should do to get ahead. And when I saw this vision, I just realized that there was a better way, that there was more options, and I wanted change. I was searching for something different. I just didn't know that there was anything out there. And so when I was reached out to, to take a look at the Hope Movement, I was excited, but I was scared. I was scared for a lot of different things going. Will I have enough time? Will I have enough money? Will I know enough people? Will there be an option? But I said, you know what? It's either do this or keep doing what I was doing. And I don't want to take the trade-off of continuing to do what I was doing. And at this point in time, it wasn't long after I got started that we had a Go Diamond coming up. And I was sitting here going, it was the first ever Go Diamond. It was in Kansas City, and I was in Southwest Minnesota going, so how do you expect me to get there? I just spent the money to get in. I just, got started. Then I went to regional training, spent the gas money and the money to get up there. Once again, broke college student, working my tail end off, and I'm going, how do I do it? And you just do it. And that was something that I forked out the money when I didn't have the money. I can tell you that much. And I just said, we're going to make it happen because they told me that it was important. And I said, why is it important? How is it important? Can't I just listen to the calls on Monday night? Can't I just, go to the regional trainings? And they said, no, it's a different feeling. It's a different experience. There's going to be more people there. And I'm like, okay, so I listened to the leaders because they had what I wanted. And that was something that was a hard switch for me, because I wanted to do what I thought was going to be best for me and what was going to be safe and secure for me, but you're not growing if you're not getting uncomfortable and changing. And so I just had to test myself in every area, mentally, physically on the sleep part of it, and then financially, to be able to go. And we switched things around. We made it happen. We packed a van with, I believe, 8 people to go down there. We drove through the night. We put 12 of us in a room. We each paid, I think, $20, and we slept on the floors. We slept in the bathtubs, and that may not sound appealing to many of you, and it wasn't. But I can tell you what I took out of that weekend paid enough for me to never have to do that again, if I didn't want to. Yeah, their next event, we still packed the room full. I wasn't sleeping on the floor, and we still carpooled because that's smart. But I just figured out a way to go because it was important to go. And you never know how important it is until you are there. And one thing I want to, point out is if you're going, well, yeah, I can feel it. I've been to one of the big events before. I know what's going to happen. They're going to recap me on everything. You're absolutely right. So when Danny talks about it, and all the leaders talk about it being our Super Bowl, whether you're a football fan or not, imagine it being, the Super Bowl. What does it feel like watching it at home? Better yet, what does it feel like watching it with people who are not in alignment with your goals of the outcome of the game? If you want so-and-so to win, and let's just say the Vikings because I'm in Minnesota. If you want the Vikings to win and you got Packer fans sitting around you, how fun is it to really watch that game? It's just not. And so what I realize is why not go and surround yourself? If you're at the game and went with a group of people who are all with the same sport, it's an entirely different feeling. Same type of thing as if you're watching or listening to country music in the car. And you're listening to it and it's cool, but the people in the backseat don't even like listening to country music. Now, if you go to a Garth Brooks concert, I promise you it's a different feeling because the people around you have an alignment with that goal. They have an alignment with the outcome. They have an alignment with the excitement in the room, and it's a completely different feeling. And so, I'm going to leave you guys with that just because I didn't know what I didn't know. And I didn't know what was going to come out of that event. It was the first ever Go Diamond. There were 150 people there. I sat in the front row, and it was incredible. Can you imagine packing the Minneapolis Convention Center? and we're just getting started. Make a point to be there. Make a point to say that you were there. Make a point to get the information, to make the changes, to get to where you want to be. Like Danny said, everything you want wants you back if you're willing to put in the effort and stretch yourself to get there. So that's what I have. Thank you guys so much for being online. I encourage you to go get your tickets once again, and keep plugging away, because everything that you want can have, or everything that you want you can have. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Marie. Thank you for taking the time out of your meeting tonight to share a few thoughts with us. Really, really powerful. And I remember when Marie went to her first Go Diamond event and the shift that she had. She was a completely different person coming out of the event than she was going into the event, because she wanted it to happen. She wanted to make that change, and transformation happens from the inside out. I cannot stress that enough. If you want to change your life, it starts by changing you, changing your thoughts, changing your emotions, changing the way that you look at things, and the things that you look at start to change. And so, all right, we're going to do what we call in the Morgan house, the baby handoff. What would that be called in football, Brian? What's the play in football? Come on. He's like the football fan of the century. Okay, so we're going to do the quarterback sneak, or whatever it's called. And I'm going to give the chair over to my husband, Brian. He's going to share some thoughts with you guys about, just really the advantage that we have living in this country. I mean, come on. We have freedom. We have all the resources available to us. And it's time to help people wake up so they can take advantage of one of the most amazing gifts that you can, that this in the whole wide world, and that's being able to live in this country and have that American dream. So thank you so much. And okay, all right.
Danny is right. It is the handoff. It is the handoff. But before I hand off, little Maddox, who's ever there in Uevolv Live land, this is my dream right here. Little Maddox Lee Morgan, our MLM story. And, not everybody on this call has the same dream, but my dream was always to be a father. That was a dream of mine from as long as I can remember. And for the last 20 weeks, I've got to live my dream, because for the last 20 weeks, I've been a father for the very first time. And everybody on this call has a different dream, but one dream that we know resonates across the world, it's the American dream. So I want you to think about that, because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I get to meet so many different people and find out what their dreams are. And what resonates is the American dream is a worldwide, global dream. So I did a little, fact-finding mission earlier today. According to Wikipedia, the American dream is a national ethos of the United States. It's a set of ideals in which freedom includes the opportunity for prosperity and success achieved through hard work in a society with few barriers. As Danny said, we're in the land of the free. So hard work is what I want you to pull out of that first definition of the American dream. The second definition of the American dream, it's rooted in the Declaration of Independence, and it proclaims that all men are created equal with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And this jumped out at me quite a bit, because I've been doing a lot of research lately on happiness, because it's quite interesting to me that so many people aren't truly fulfilled. They aren't truly happy. So when you take the first definition of the American dream and the second definition of the American dream, the way I put them together is I take hard work out of the first definition, and I take happiness out of the second definition. So for me, hard work and happiness are going to tie in with what we're doing here with the Evolv Health Hope movement. And, this is how powerful it is. Like I say, if you talk to anyone that you've ever known who immigrated to the United States and they risked their life to get here, why did they come here? They came here to pursue the American dream. People will risk their lives for this. So the American dream, as I said, it's a worldwide movement. It really is. So here's the interesting thing. It's such a powerful movement. It's such a worldwide dream. But right here in our own land of the free, right here in the U.S., according to the latest Gallup poll, less than 1/3 of all American workers are engaged and or happy in what they're currently doing for a career. So just think about that. It doesn't matter the education level. It doesn't matter the income level. less than 1/3 of all workers in this country are happy. Less than 1/3 are engaged in what they do. And what they're thinking, over 2/3, almost 3/4 of Americans, according to the U.S. Gallup poll, the most current one, almost 3/4 of Americans dream about having their own business. They dream about, being their own boss. And think about that. That's a big deal. And for you on this call, I mean, thousands of people across North America on this call tonight, you have the courage to at least, put your hand up and say, yep, I'm at least going to pursue that. I'm going to pursue that dream. And maybe you haven't engaged yet in your business. Maybe you're, building your belief, building your, just your, your belief, your courage, your excitement, your energy. And, that's a big piece of Go Diamond Weekend. But as we're building your self-confidence, just realize this. If you know that in your, we ask you to create a list, right? First thing you do here is make a list. And of the 100 people on your list or the 400 people on your list, if you can look at that list and know without a shadow of a doubt, at least 2/3 of those people are not happy in their current situation and they want to be an entrepreneur. They want to live that American dream. Well, here's the truth. 90% of the friends that you have there, if they actually did it, if they launched their own business, over 90% of them are going to fail in their first 5 years of that business. And 96% are going to fail in their first 10 years of business. So only 4% of those people that launch a business are going to be successful or even have the doors open in 10 years. They may not be profitable. They're just going to still have the doors open in 10 years. So when you look at the safer route, let's buy into a franchise and think about that. So the friends that launch a regular, brick and mortar business, the 4% that make it, 96% that don't make it. Typically that 96% is going to be paying that debt down that they incurred. They're going to be paying that debt down for years. It could be even decades they're paying that debt down. So that's what they're left when they don't have success there. Okay, let's do a little bit safer route. Let's save up for 10, 20 years, put $250,000 to $1 million down and have a $1 or $2 million loan and buy into a franchise. And realize that sounds good. You have a better chance of success there. But the truth is, over 60% of all franchise opportunities are not profitable. So only 40% even keep the doors open. So yep, you have a greater chance of keeping your doors open. But of those 40% that have their doors open after a few years, only a certain percentage are actually profitable. So think of if you have, or if you know somebody who has had a franchise that wasn't successful, they will be paying for years and years and years. They're going to be paying on that debt if they were not able to make that into a successful business. Now think about being an Evolv Health distributor and knowing that everybody on your list, a minimum of 2/3 of them, are looking for more. They want that pursuit of happiness, right? And they're willing to work hard for that happiness. Well, here's the crazy thing. They partner up with Evolv Health and the Hope Movement. Think about that. An elite kit is $999. For them, if it didn't work out and they were to quit, I mean, honestly, that just doesn't hurt anybody. They're not going to be paying that debt for years and years and years. But let's look at this example. So somebody gets started with Evolv Health with an elite kit. They're a promoter and they're getting healthier. And just suppose a year later, for whatever reason, their feelings get hurt. Their emotional, pain from hearing no is just too hard for them. And they walk away for a year from now. They're not paying off debt for years and years, but here's what they do get. The experience from their Evolv Health business is going to pay them for years and years and years. Think about that. Any other business you have that fails, you're going to be paying for years and years for that mistake or just, bad timing, whatever it might be. But if you were to fail in an Evolv Health business, if the 100 people on your list or the 400 people on your list were to actually fail in the Evolv Health business, they took it remotely seriously for a year and they came to different training events. Worst case scenario, they learned something. They met new people. They had new experiences. Hopefully they traveled more than they ever had before. They learned more about tax strategy than they ever had before. They learned more about business strategy than they ever had before. I got a great friend of mine that I knew long before network marketing, and he owns a concrete business. He's no longer in network marketing, but he tells me every time I see him that his concrete company is more successful today than it's ever been in his life from the communication tips and the communication skills he gained through network marketing. So worst case scenario, network marketing pays you dividends for years and years and years as a person, let alone the type of success you can have here. So let's put those two definitions together again, and I'm going to close out with this. Hard work and happiness. Hard work and happiness, and the definition of the American dream. This is why I absolutely believe that network marketing is just a better way. I mean, I know I see people with tears in their eyes when they hear the health testimonials that we've helped to create through the Evolv Health Hope movement. I see people with tears in their eyes when they know the families we've affected in a positive way through Emily's Place and the Hope Foundation. But, you know, on the business side, since we're talking about the American dream, building a business, that's what I'm going to focus on as I close this out. This is why we have a better way. Nobody can fail with the Evolv Health Hope movement. No one can fail. Everybody wins. It's a win-win scenario, because this is what I want to paint. Go Diamond Weekend. It's going to be the biggest, baddest stage we've ever had with Evolv Health. The Minneapolis Convention Center, the auditorium, it is absolutely beautiful. And what I want you to think about is this. If you've crossed the stage already as a 2K, 5K, 10K, Ruby, Emerald, or above, when you cross the stage, you know how happy you felt. You know how it felt. You know that emotional buzz that you got. You know that you screwed up what you were going to say because you were so excited and you were so nervous. And that hard work led to that happiness. You know, you getting recognized as that rank, crossing that stage. Well, now imagine in October, the biggest, baddest stage, not just you crossing it and having that absolute emotional buzz, that pure adrenaline, that pure happiness. But this is what gets even more exciting. Once you've learned the lessons and you've gone through the trials and had success in your Evolv Health business, you know how happy you feel, but now you're of more value to your own personal team because you can teach more and help them get through their trials and tribulations and become the person they need to become to have absolute success. But it feels so good, I'll tell you. And you know, if you're on this call tonight, you've crossed the stage, you know it feels good when you cross that stage. But this is what feels better. What feels better is when your friends and family cross the stage before you or after you. When you sit down or you stand at the base of the stage in October is going to be so big, you'll be standing, you'll still be looking up. When your friends cross that stage and your friends tell their testimony and they have tears in their eyes and you look up at them and you know how much hard work they had to put in and you know how happy they are. They put in the hard work. They're happy. I promise you, it takes you puts you at a whole nother level of happiness. You can't explain it until you do it. And when you hear us always say, every leader with Evolv Health I've ever heard says, look, you still got to do the work here. It's still going to be hard work. But when we say the work is worth it, I promise you the work is worth it. You know, think of the feeling Eric Golden has knowing that he helped Danny and myself accomplish our dream. We're living our dream life that I really couldn't have even imagined several years ago. And that was a friend who had the courage to make that phone call to set our dream, you know, to get us on the right path to, you know, go earn our own dream. You're going to have to do, you got to do the work. We're just here to help. But just think about that. So I want to set the stage. So this Friday, September 18th is the cutoff. Friday, September 18th, it is the cutoff for early bird pricing for Go Diamond Weekend. Why do you want to book that tonight? This is why you want to book it tonight. When you book it tonight, you give your team this whole week. You did it. Now you know how to do it. You can coach people how to get it done. In addition to that, when you make that decision that you're going, when you make that decision what you're going to cross stage as, you know, what rank are you going to cross stage as, the earlier you get that done, the more time you have to get your teammates up to those next levels so they can cross the stage. And I promise you, you're going to be happy. So September 18th, this Friday is the cutoff for early bird pricing. If you've already qualified for level 1, level 2, level 3 experience trip in Minneapolis, that's awesome. Level 1 gives you a free ticket, but book the ticket. You still have to book the ticket. You will be reimbursed from Evolv Health for that ticket price. But trust me, book the ticket tonight. Have your teammates that aren't on this call get it booked tomorrow. If you end up earning that free ticket because you go level 1, you have all the way until October 9th to do it. But if you're going to do it, do it now. Why do it now? Because then you have more time to help other people do it as well. I'll leave you with this. The hard work and the happiness here, it's all up to you. To me, there's just no doubt about it that the hard work is worth it. I'm excited to high five everybody on this call when they cross stage at Go Diamond Weekend. I'm going to high five you just for being at Go Diamond Weekend. I know the last time I actually had my hands took a week to recover. There were so many high fives. So thank you for sharing your time with us tonight, our Monday night call. Have a great week. Have a big week. Book your Go Diamond ticket tonight. Get your teammates to book it tomorrow, whoever wasn't on this call. And let's double it. Let's double it this week. Let's double it now. Have a great night. Have a great week. Thank you.